boo? What up, boo? Okay, so I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day, night, honey. Listen, at this point, it really don't matter where you are. What matters is your perception. Okay, what matters is how you see things. Okay, and understand it and get there. Okay, listen, your life is about to be so amazing and so dope. Okay, it already is amazing and dope. Okay, and you may be growing through things and not understanding, right? Like why right now it seems like is some resistance. Honey, I'm gonna need you to keep going. I'm gonna need you to keep going, okay? And earlier I had did a video about, just because um someone said no or whatever, it does not mean that that's the final word. Okay? Just because someone said no, that does not mean that that's it. It does not mean that that's the final word. Okay? And when you start understanding, like, you know what? Like I'm operating in good faith. You know what? I'm putting out some amazing energy out, whatever, and things are always going to work out for you. Okay, they are always going to work out for you. The reason being is because, honey, that vibration. Okay, the reason being is that energy and that frequency that you are on. Okay, earlier I did a video and I said, honey, you are so high that they are going to have to touch the sky in order to get to you. Okay, and I meant exactly what the hell I said. Okay, I meant that because you have to understand and get that you are the one that is creating this. Okay, and it feels so amazing to understand that when you are seeking knowledge and you are eager for knowledge, you are eager for information, okay? And knowledge is cool, but you know what I really love? I love applied knowledge. I like reading a book and then applying that information, that knowledge that I got from the book. I like applying it into my real life. Okay. I like reading the truth in lending, okay, the equal opportunity, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Okay, I like those things and applying it to my real everyday life. Okay. And that's the thing, because just having the information. Okay, now I know I said information to change your situation. Okay. Oh, you on your lunch break, Tracy? Peace to you, baby. Peace to you. Peace to you, honey. I'm happy you're here. Okay. Um, just because you have the information, right? Information, it'll change your situation, but only applied. Okay. Like for instance, I told you guys, is books that I have read, and I'm gonna say the same exact two books that, majority of the times that I'm mentioning, my favorite books. Okay. The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Great read, honey. Honey, you want something to read? Okay, you get that book. Okay, and you read that book, and it has in every chapter, okay, things real people were going through. Okay, and some of the things that they would say to overcome that programming that's in the subconscious mind. Okay, and and after they applied the knowledge that Dr. Joseph Murphy suggested to them, their lives changed. Okay. That book and The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard. I remember when Bob Proctor first talked about this book. And which one you have? The Power of the Subconscious Mind? Honey, Tracy, listen to it. Okay, listen to it sometimes. I'm telling you, it is such a great. I done read that book, I think, like three times. Okay, three times, because that book. Okay, now that book done been to war and back. Okay, the front the front cover is missing. Some pages in the back is missing. But that book is such a phenomenal read. Oh my goodness. You talking about entertaining is so good. And also The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. That book by Vernon Howard. Okay. When I had heard Bob Proctor talk about this book, I had stopped. Honey, I was in New York. Okay. Was I in New York or I was no, matter of fact, I was on my way to Philly. Okay. And when I heard Bob Proctor talk about the book, I said, "Damn, what's the name?" Because he said the book, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I gotta get that book, right?" Because he was talking about it, going on and on about it. Him and one of the ladies that will work. Well, Bob Proctor mentors her, Peggy. I think is it Peggy McCoy? I think something like that. But Peggy, she also talked about the book too. And I was like, I have to get this book. Okay. I put the book in a cart on Amazon. And when I got a chance to order the book, okay, I got that book. That book, so good. It is so, I mean, it is a page turner. Okay. The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. So good by Vernon Howard. It is a phenomenal read. So good. And another one, Three Magic Words. Okay, it's a few, but those are like my top two. Okay, books that I absolutely love. So, I really came on here because I wanted to give somebody out there some inspiration. Okay, and let you know that, honey, things are working in your favor. Okay, they may seem like they not, but they are. They are. No matter what tends to happen, honey, things are always working in your favor. Everything that is going on in your life up until this point is all coming together for the greater good. Okay. Now you may not be able to see that light at the end of the tunnel, but I can guarantee you the light is at the end of the tunnel. And you know how I know the light is at the end of the tunnel? Because every time that I have done something, went out on a limp of faith, okay, and even when I would do something and just like, all right, I don't know, right? Things always came through for me. They always came through. They always come through. And I'm gonna need you to speak that over your life. That things are always coming through for me. Okay, I'm gonna need you right now, honey, to clear that. I'm gonna need you to say right now, I am happy. Okay, now let me tell you something. Okay, I was reading Dr. Joseph Murphy book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. He said when people say certain things, they are faced with resistance. But when I say these things like I am happy, abundance is my birthright, I am worthy, I am love, I am peace, I am joy, I am kind, I am confident. Okay. When I say those things, it does something to my spirit. Okay. Honey, it's like automatic, like go mode. Okay. It releases the dopamine. Okay. And the chemical, the dopamine, which is the feel good chemicals, okay, and throughout the body, right? And it makes me feel so happy because we have to start understanding and realizing that happiness is a goddamn choice. Okay? Happiness is a choice. And you don't look through life with these eyes, okay? Because although you looking, but you're not seeing, okay? You're looking, but you're not seeing. Okay. You looking, okay, but honey, you ain't seeing. Okay, because you see with this. Okay, you get what I'm saying? You see with that. Okay. Not with these. And so the money, it may seem like it's not there, but the money is there. The money is there. Honey, the money is there. And you walk around each and every day like, honey, you are the trillionaire like you are. Okay? You walk around like that because you have to understand that everything is based upon energy. Yes, yes. Everything is based upon energy. So I'm gonna need you to start knowing exactly who the hell you are. Okay? And Even if you know who you are today, honey, tomorrow you got to reintroduce your damn self to your damn self again. Okay. Because each and every day you should be growing. You should be learning something different. At least one goddamn thing different each and every day. Okay. Today, this is what I learned. Okay. First of all, well, actually, I learned it. Well, today it was late last night. I had learned that you need to read every goddamn contract there is. Okay, whatever contract that you have given your social security to, you need to go back and read that contract. Okay, and the reason being is because you guys know I started getting into consumer law. Okay, and the plan is to take T-Mobile because they haven't to take them to federal court. Okay, and I went over my T-Mobile terms and conditions, and come to find out, in they arbitration, okay, and they terms and conditions, you don't go to court with them, okay, you go through arbitration, all right, and court is a little different than arbitration. Now, I never done arbitration before, okay, but from my understanding, is the lawyers, is you, and then is the arbitration, which sometimes it could be AAA or sometimes is it triple? Yeah, sometimes it could be AAA or sometimes it could be jams, okay, that pretty much like here's the case and stuff like that or whatever. So sort of, I guess, like somewhat a judge but not a judge, right? But if you was to go to court, you have the option of having jurors, okay, that could hear your case, right, along with the judge who's, supposedly the referee, okay. And so that's something new. That's okay, Tracy. So that's something new that I learned. Okay, that and this is the way you waive your rights. Okay, this is the way you give your rights up. Okay, when you don't opt out of day arbitration or whatever it is like that, 30 days, within 30 days of doing business with them, okay, if you don't say I want to opt out of the arbitration or whatever it is like that, within 30 days, honey, then that's gonna be your result. Okay, so if they do anything, whatever to the contract or whatever it is like that, you going to arbitration. All right. So that was something that I learned. Also, I've been listening to Jordan Maxwell. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jordan Maxwell, who pretty much would talk about occults and pretty much would get into the whole thing about how everything is basically based upon water, right? Like the whole system is based upon water, okay? And how it's so much, okay? You guys would have to watch Jordan Maxwell if you want to or whatever it is like that, but he talks about law. He talks about different things about knowledge, and it's some people I know that is say their lives are horrible, that their life is shit. Okay. One of the things I'm gonna say is, honey, I'm gonna need you to stop speaking that over yourself. Okay. Now you may feel exactly that. But the reason why your life is shit and going into crumbles or whatever it is, crumbling, is because you have to understand and realize what you are speaking. I know some people say that spells and all of that, black magic and stuff like that, but you don't understand that words, okay, these English words are actually casting spell. You casting spells on your damn self. Like when you say good morning and all this other stuff, which to me, I say, based upon intent, what's your intent? But in some cases, they still say, is you casting spells and all this other stuff. So it's really about how you see yourself and how you want to see your life. Okay. And if you don't want to see your life the way your life has been, I tell you guys this all the time, then you're going to have to do something different. Okay. And that different is going to cost you. Okay. It's going to cost you, you being uncomfortable. It's going to cost you being in control. Okay. Because sometimes we tend to do, or sometimes people tend to do the same exact thing over and over and over because you get to control it. And sometimes you don't want to take the leap out on faith because you don't know what the unknown looks like and you can't control the unknown. Honey, when you stepping out there, you can't control that unknown. Okay, you just surrender. You give up it's like, you know what? I surrender. What you gonna do? You just gonna do it. Okay. Um Also, you guys know, I think I told you guys about the Chase situation, right? And if you have any complaints, go over your credit report. Okay. I highly advise you guys to go over, and this is entertainment purposes only. Okay, this is not no legal advice. Hey, Stephs, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Awakening, peace to you, baby, peace to you. This is no legal advice. Okay, honey, let me turn this heat down. It's so darn hot up in here. 1 second. This is no legal advice. Okay, this is just me telling you based upon what I seen. Okay. So a few days ago, right? I've been hearing people talk about go over your consumer report, okay, with the 3 credit agencies. They not bureaus, okay, they are agencies. They are not a part of the government, all right? And I kept saying, I'm going to go over it. And so the other day, actually last weekend, right, I had went over it, and I may have done a video on this. But there were 12 inaccuracies on my consumer report. The accounts is the same account with different names, okay? With the amounts are different, and also is the same account with Experian and Equifax, but probably on TransUnion, it is closed. So for instance, okay, NowNet, okay, when I was in college, now on Equifax and TransUnion, it'll probably say, that I owe $6,102. Okay, because I went for a semester. But on Experian, it'll say I owe $6,200 and something dollars. Whenever there's any inaccuracies on your credit report, okay, there is a violation. Okay, because everything, it should all be the same exact thing. Okay, even if it's a date off, I don't give a damn. Okay, there is a violation. Okay, and so what I did was I went to the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is the government, and basically complained and put a complaint in stating that they are in violation or whatever it is like that. Now, is $1,000 per violation. Okay. So I would ask them, I would just try to dispute it. Sometimes when you dispute it with these companies, they'll say, oh, well, we did a validation and all this other stuff, and whatever. We spoke to them, they said that you owe the debt, right? First of all, you cannot pay a debt with a debt. Okay, you cannot pay a debt with a debt. And there's nowhere in federal law that states that you have to have a good credit report in order for you to apply to anything. Okay, because we have to understand that this country is bankrupt. Okay, is $1 trillion deficit. Okay, they bankrupt. So once you start understanding these things and start understanding that you do have rights, okay, and start reading different things, some of the stuff that I read, especially Truth in London, okay, Truth in London, 1602. 15 USC 1601 and 15 USC 1602. And of course is, Truth in London, it goes all the way up. Okay. Any 15, that's Truth in London. Okay. Also another one is 1431, 14 USC, no, 12 USC 1431, which basically talks about the banks and what's their roles. Okay, banks are borrowers, and they are responsible for the interest. Now, I know some people say, now you try not to pay that bill or whatever it is like that. I advise you to do your own due diligence and read. Okay, to read. And just because we've been doing things for so long, it does not mean that it's right. Okay? Look, you've been following what your mama and your grandmama and your daddy done said, and look at your life. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that, our parents and our ancestors, they did the best that they knew how to do. Okay? They did the absolute best that they knew how to do. But it's for you to look at your life and say, what I'm doing and what I've been programmed to believe, it does not work. And so how could I do better? And so how you could do better is you start educating yourself. Okay. You start seeking knowledge. Okay. And once you get the knowledge, you apply the knowledge. Okay. You don't get the knowledge and just say, well, I'm just going to, sit back. I done read 200 books and stuff like that. And you telling everybody you done read 200 books. No, but what did you learn from them books? Okay. Or when you was sitting with yourself in meditation, what is your higher self telling you to do? Okay. What is it telling you to do? Okay. And that's the importance. If you really want to change your life, you have to understand. Yeah, so the UCC codes, right? I know, I had heard some of the USCC codes, but when it comes, and I know like it's unlawful, and that was another thing. I'm glad you said that. So this is my thing, to use the UCC codes, right? Because I know some people say, well, you got to get the birth certificate or authenticated. You got to change it, whatever it is. Well, pretty much authenticated. And then you got to change your status and stuff like that or whatever it is. Now, do that means in order, because I know the UCC is Uniform Commercial Codes, right? But normally I hear a lot of people talk about the UCC is when they change their status. Okay, if you could share some light on that, brother, for me. All right. Oh, and this is another thing I had learned. Don't say, okay, don't say, okay, that I don't point you in that direction to do your research. So I told you guys lately I've been listening to Joy and Maxwell. Okay. If you know, you know. Okay. But I've been listening to Joy and Maxwell. And it's a contract, he said, whenever you are buying a car or a house, he said, ask the bank or the person you're doing a business with, ask them for a alto. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know. You hear all these, people saying X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. So, and what I really come to find out, because I know some people like, oh, well, I need a template. What's the template? What's this? What's that? Everything. Listen, you ought to got damn template. You the template, okay? This journey is really about you being authentic to who you are, okay? Like, you got to understand you the template. All right. Like when I disputed with Chase, okay, I put it, the codes. It was a sister that was saying about the codes and stuff like that. I researched the codes before I just put them in on a paper. But I put it in my own words. I stated exactly what happened. I called Chase, JP Morgan Chase on, October the 17th and applied for credit, whatever. And then October the 31st, I called, JP Morgan Chase. They've been transferring me to different departments, telling me that they was going to transfer me to what is the name of the department? I can't. I'm trying to think of the name of the department. Where as though they make the decision on your application. Not underwriting, but is something else. Is another name that they call it. Attention is another name. But yeah, so I was basically letting them know exactly word for word, like what happened in my situation, right? And it's really like about you being authentic and stating exactly what happened. And honey, you ain't got to be using these big ass words and stuff like that. But you have to speak in a way where as though they understand what the hell you talking about. Okay, when you like, oh, according to Truth in Lending, okay, 15 USC 1602, okay, you guys did an unauthorized transaction. Okay, y'all ran my credit card, my social security number, okay, which is a credit card. Your social security card is a damn credit card. Y'all ran my social security number and I didn't receive no benefits. So that's unauthorization. Okay. All right. And also, according to 15 USC 1602, it states that plates, okay, license plates is a form of a credit card. A card, okay, which is your social security card, is a credit card, okay? It states that, okay? And so when they just swiping no swiper, or when they just going and saying, all right, well, what's your social? And you giving it to them, and you like, oh, yeah, it is my social. And they come back to you telling you, oh, your ass denied. According to, the Federal Reserve, okay, Section 16, it talks about notes, okay, Federal Reserve notes, that when you fill out their goddamn application, okay, and their CFO, okay, go to the federal, their agent, go to the federal agent, CFO, go to the Federal Reserve Bank, okay, and get those notes or whatever, honey, that is because you was approved already. Once they ran, they say, oh, well, we need to run your credit, okay, all this other stuff. And we just, honey, we just been falling for the okie doke. Not that we ain't know, okay, we ain't know. But when you start knowing better, you start doing better. Okay, you start knowing better, you start doing better. And don't think that the universe ain't gonna test you. Cause those tests gonna be coming, honey. The universe like, all right, well, you say you doing better. Let me see. Okay, let me throw one in there. Okay, let me see if she really, about what she be talking. Let me throw one. Let me see what she doing. Okay, and honey, next minute okay, is either pass or fail. Okay, which one you gonna be? Okay, you gonna pass that test with flying colors? Okay, now I know you gonna pass that test with flying colors. Okay, but yeah, it's really about getting the lessons, because I tell you guys this a lot too. That life is just is lessons, right? And life, and I got this from Bobby Price. Life is my guru. Okay, Dr. Bobby Price. Life is my guru. And you have to understand that life is going to give you some goddamn lessons, honey. And it's for you to say, what have I learned in this situation? Because I know sometimes people say, well, they stole the land. They did this. They pretty much tricked me into the contract and all this other stuff. But when I blame people, if I was to blame people, which I don't blame, I take full responsibility. If I was to blame someone, okay, I give my power up. I just give my power up. And I know I'm too goddamn dope for that. You get what I'm saying? I know I'm too goddamn dope. I'm too much of a goddamn amazing content. I was about to say content creator. I know honey, I'm tired. Okay. I know I'm just a dope as amazing as creator. Okay, my goddamn reality. And so I'm not finna give nobody my damn power and say, oh, it's because of them. I'm finna say, you know what? What's my role? What role did I play in it? Oh, I ain't read the contract? Okay. Okay. So what you gonna do now? Okay, we gonna read the contract. We gonna read the contract. And if the contract is too long, if I feel like, oh well damn, I ain't got time, honey, you have time. If you want that thing, I was on the phone with my oldest daughter earlier today. I said, listen, when you start entering into these contracts, okay, you about to be 18 years old, okay, you gotta claim your estate, okay. And I said, when you enter into before you enter into those contracts, read them. If you feel like you ain't got the time to read these contracts, because the contract, honey, those contracts, they do be long. Because those contracts are long, then that means that you ain't got time to get that thing what you're trying to get. Okay? Because you need to be reading to see what the hell you giving your permission to. Okay? Like the whole thing, with the arbitration and stuff like that. You saying, oh, I'm going to take these people to court. Okay? I'm taking them to court. And next minute, right? They got an arbitration. Oh no, you ain't taking us to court, honey. We going to arbitration. Okay? We gonna do arbitration today. Okay, and you up there, oh, I'm taking them to court. I'm finna bring them there. And they like, oh no, it shall be no damn jurors. Okay, no damn jurors coming up in here. Okay? We going right to goddamn arbitration, because your ass should have read that goddamn arbitration clause that was there, okay, when you first entered into this agreement with us, okay? But nevertheless, okay, since you didn't read it, that's okay. That's okay. You can't cry over spilt milk, honey. You done did it. Okay, you can't keep crying and saying, well, beating your damn self up. That ain't gonna change it. Okay, but what will change it once you get that and say, you know what? I didn't take my time. I was so in a rush to get that goddamn iPhone 20. Okay, I know they ain't got no iPhone 20, but I was so in a goddamn rush to get that iPhone 40. Okay, I was so in a goddamn rush to get that flying car. Okay, I was so in a rush to get these goddamn things. Whereas though I didn't even have time to, and you have time. You have time. If you have time to sit up in that dealership, okay, dealership, or all of that maritime or whatever it is they call it, okay, ship, relationship, or just business, just talking about a bunch of business, okay, relationship, sportsmanship, like, you get what I'm saying? Anywho, so if you saying you ain't got time for those things, time to read this information and stuff like that, honey, you ain't got time to get whatever it is that, honey, you trying to get, okay? Because you have time to read that, all right? And I'm speaking to myself too. I ain't just speaking to you guys out there. I'm speaking to my damn self too, okay? So with that being said, honey, I gotta get some shut eye. Okay, I may be just knocked out. Okay, in a few minutes, because I am, honey, tired. Okay, so make sure you guys rocking out. Make sure you believing in yourself. And I told you guys, if you have questions, okay, you can send me an email. Okay, you can send me an email. Now, and if I have the answer to it, I answer it. But honey, if I don't know it, I will tell you, goddamn it, I don't know it. Okay. I tell you, I say we could look for the information together, but honey, if I don't know it, I don't know it. Now you don't want me to be lying to you, right? You don't want me to be saying I know some shit if I don't goddamn know it. Okay. But yeah, so you can send me a message. My email. Dina Deena Bryant Bryant 201 at gmail.com. Okay. Yeah. Now don't send me, listen. Now I know I said send me, you can send me a message, but darlings, okay, don't send me a book. Okay. Now I know I said about the reading thing. Okay. But honey, don't send me a book. Okay. Just get to the goddamn point. All right. Just get to the point. All right. So yeah. So with that being said, oh, before I go. Now I know I've been talking about books. Okay. We are not the same. This book, I wonder if I could just write it once. Yeah, I think I could. Could I write it? Honey, I'd be thinking I'm on different um 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 is Dina Deena Bryant, like Kobe Bryant, okay? Bryant 201 at gmail.com. Okay. So god dog it, it's so goddamn hot up in here, honey. It's so damn hot in here. Um Woo, honey, I had the heat on 70 goddamn 9. Cause when I came back in the house, it was all, if you ain't get the email that time, on my YouTube page, the information is up there. Um when I came back in the house, it is cold outside. So when you come in the house, if the heat not blasting, it ain't right. Right. So I came in the house and I put the heat on and I'm like, all right, and I turned it up, I guess, too goddamn high. Okay. Honey, I had to come up out of that robe. So listen, book upside down. This book is so good. We are not the same. This is my second time getting this book. Okay, the first time I had gave it to retired, a retired officer, police officer, that I met at a supermarket. Okay, he was an armed guard at the supermarket, and me and him, it was me, him, and my sister. We was talking to him because our last names were the same. Okay, and I had this book in my hands because I was reading it. Okay, send me. You're welcome. Yeah, so I got this book, right? And this book is really good. So let me tell you what's in this book. Okay, let me tell you what's in this book, okay? All right. First of all, let me see. Okay. So first of all, this book, it has, okay, say no to Chinese food, Gucci shoes and Chinese food. Let me see what else. Mayat, okay. Food combining chart, okay. Sometimes I know we just be putting anything together, not realizing, certain things don't go with one another. It causes bloating. Some foods digest quicker than others, okay. What is oil pulling? I do oil pulling with coconut oil, and then I brush my teeth, or sometimes I brush my teeth, and then after I brush my teeth, I do the oil pulling. So it just depends, okay? Yeah, it talks about so many things. Sipping on gin and juice. What else? Human plant. Also, it says how come they wear shorts. What is melanin? Okay. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. It has stuff in here like, and I'm no doctor, entertainment purposes only. Okay. It talks about certain things that you can kind of do. Goldstones, blood cleansers, liver repair, constipation. This is like exercises that you can do. Okay. All right. And her body, let me tell you something, okay? Her body is amazing. Okay, this is Safari's sister. Safari from Love and Hip Hop. This is his sister. What else? Man boobs talks about this. Okay. Um, if looks could kill, let me see. Herbs to assist with skin. But this is the one. Wait, where is it? Ooh, I'm trying to find it, honey. Oh. Now I'm not gonna say, but this is the stuff that be in those things. Okay. All right. Look at this stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this book is a great read. Again, we are not the same. Okay. Also, this book is I started reading this book where science and magic meets. I tell you guys I tell you guys, like, when I hear somebody that I feel like, that they got some truth in them. Okay. One of the people who had recommended this book was Bobby Hemmett. Okay, Bobby Hemmett. Um, and I just found out that Bobby Hemmett had released his Avatar. So yeah, this was one of the books that I remember he was saying, like, when he was giving a lecture, and I was watching it on YouTube, and he said this is like a great book to get. Okay, this basically talk about consciousness. It talks about UFOs. It talks about religion. So many different things. Okay. All right. It talks about so many things. It also talks about Mayat. It talks about black magic and hoodoo. Okay, natural magic, the goddess reawakening. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, if you feel like you wanna, get these books and stuff, which I haven't, yeah, the pineal gland, all these different things, okay? And when we done been told that the first eye is the third eye, when it's actually is the first eye, okay? Third eye and sacred chakra. Honey, I'm like psychic, sacred. Okay, chakra. So yeah, so it talks about different things in this book. Okay, like I said, I haven't read this book. I read a few pages of it, but I didn't read the whole book. So yeah, so those are the things I have. Oh, this is the thing that Jordan um had said. Jordan Maxwell had said, whenever you get into a contract, where is it? Um, if you guys aren't following me on this I thought, it was cool, right? Like, we say currency when it's really current plus the C. Okay. When it's really current plus the goddamn C. Okay. Corporation equals corpse. I was like, what the hell? What the hell? Okay, this is the contract. Okay, this is the title. Like, when you go into the dealerships or whatever it is like that, or mortgages or whatever it is, because we all know when you buy a vehicle or whatever it is, that, yeah, corporation means that. Okay, that all caps name that you think is your name. Honey, that ain't even your goddamn name. But anyway, um, this is the thing. I was listening to Jordan Maxwell earlier. He was like, when you ask for this title at the dealership, okay, he said even God himself can't take that car away from you. Okay. So make sure you guys do your own research and stuff like that. Look the stuff up, question everything. Okay. Yeah. When I found it, I said, what? Okay, what? Okay. Oh, and this was the thing when it came to my credit report. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. TransUnion. Okay. Now they gonna say the account is opened. Okay. Equifax gonna say the account is closed. Same exact account. Okay. And then Experian is gonna say, honey, the amount, you see this amount compared to this? Okay. Now, which one is it? I just want to know. The people's wants to know. Which one is it? Okay. Same thing with Alley Financial. Okay. The account is opened. Honey, they just got nothing over here. Okay, with Equifax or whatever. And then on here, on Experian, it's not reported. Unless it's reported up under a different name. Because I tell you guys, that's what they be doing, okay? I went on here, TransUnion. I'm like, all right, AT&T. And then I'm like, oh, they don't have nothing. But then come to find out, oh, they do. They have something. It's under diversified. Okay, up under a complete different goddamn name. But with Equifax, okay, AT&T, it doesn't even state if the account is open or closed, honey. And then over here, okay, with Experian, a complete different name. Okay, Credence, Resource, Manna, some crap like that. I said, now come on now. Now come on now. Come on now. What y'all doing over there? They must be sleeping. They must be over there just typing shit with their eyes closed, okay? Because I don't know what the hell is going on over here, okay? All right. And that's why I reported them to CFPB, because I said, you know what? They need to figure out what they doing. Okay. They really need to figure out what they doing. Look over here. Open Sky. Nothing. TransUnion got absolutely nothing on the account. Okay. Then Open Sky, nothing. Removed. And then over here, Experian, honey, is closed. Honey. I don't know what those people are doing over there, but they must be typing like this. Honey, they must be up there typing like this. Typing. just typing, or got that on robot or whatever it is that they have. Okay, they must be got that going through the machine, because they don't even look at the letters. Okay. But if you're trying to get in contact with them and you need for an actual human to answer your letters, come with me. I'm going to show you. Look, sound like that lady would be like, come with me. I'll show you what to do. 1 second. Let me see. Okay, honey, this is my handy dandy notebook. Okay. This is my consumer law book. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, now I know I wrote this stuff down. Honey, you guys gotta make sure you rocking out with me on TikTok, okay? Cause TikTok, and it's funny because at first I wasn't even gonna download TikTok on my darn phone. You heard so many damn stories about them over here. But yeah, I know. And you know what? At the end of the year, what they tend to do is, because the reason I know this is because Alley Financial, they did it. When you get into a contract, right? They supposed to give you that 1099, I think the 1099A right there, okay? Or it's supposed to get sent in the mail or something, okay? But I remember when I got the repo, like a few months later, Allie had sent me the 1099A. I mean, not the 1099A. They sent me a paper stating that the credit, like it was credit that was put on the account. And honey, I didn't even pay attention to that it was Allie. I guess my eyes was closed. Okay. That I didn't even pay attention that it came from actually Allie. Okay. Because when I opened the letter, it was a number there, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know if I was being pranked or what, right? And they was like, call this number if you have any questions and stuff like that. So I called the number. And, I was like, damn, what if it's a creditor? I mean, what if a creditor? Honey, you are the creditor. We are the creditors, okay? But I was like, what if it's, like a debt collector or whatever it is, right? Not even realizing that how they gonna collect on it. How you gonna pay a debt with a debt, okay? How you gonna Oh, it should be the 1099B. Okay. I know the 1099A is supposed to like discharge or whatever. Like get rid of like discharge the stuff off, right? So I had got that letter from Allie. And I called the number and I was like, oh my goodness, what if it's, and then a guy was on the phone, like when you call somebody and you like, hello, because you like you not certain, you're not sure. And so the guy was like, oh yeah. So I told him, I was like, oh, I'm calling because I received the letters, stating a credit. Now, honey, I was new. I ain't know nothing about too much about. Well, I heard something about consumer law, but I ain't hear too much in that aspect. Like the corporations, what they tend to do is basically file debt, allegedly debt on their taxes at the end of the year, okay, or whenever they file it. So I was like, so the guy I'm on the phone with, and he's like, oh yeah, and he was telling me, he was like, yeah, Allie, they gonna file this on the taxes, whatever it is, like that, like they get the money, and that's why we pretty much sending you, we crediting the account. Now they don't repo the card and everything, and which is against is really against the law, for them to repo it. I mean, but if you ain't paying it, right, there's something, but it's like relearning, unlearning to relearn, okay? Because when you first enter into a financial transaction, there's not supposed to be a down payment. You're not supposed to put a down payment down, right? And then also, like I said in the beginning, the debt is the thing that you applied for is already paid for. Okay. Um, so technically, okay, um, if you know your rights, then they not supposed to come and repo it. Okay. Um, but I wouldn't advise nobody like, oh well, just stop paying, right? Like if you don't know what's going on, it will it can affect you. Like if you don't know what's going on. And so yeah, so that's why I say do your due diligence, read and things of that nature. So with that being said, honey, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. I talk to you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be on here tomorrow. Okay, it just depends. But I catch you guys on the next one. Make sure, yeah, like the insurance, life insurance, and all that stuff is all supposed to be included, and their car transaction and their mortgage transaction. It's so funny. I was watching a guy the other day who was doing reaction video to another guy who talks about consumer law. And this guy who was doing the reaction video, so he's a car, he work in finance at the car dealership. And when he went over this guy video, he was basically like, "Oh no, that's not true. That is not true. Like, you gotta put a down payment and all this other stuff. You gotta pay the car off. The law didn't mean what you think it meant. It actually means, like, because of insurance, people, it was, people was going to people's houses and asking them, did they want to buy insurance? And so that's what federal law is talking about. And I said, what the, I said, what the, I said, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I said, what is this guy talking about? Nobody said, who said about going door to door to buy goddamn insurance? Who said that? Okay. But you see, and a lot of times we can't blame the people who work at these companies, because it's like, once upon a time you didn't know, right? The information. Like, I remember I called, who did I call? Capital One. And I was trying to understand, why are Capital One asking me for a down payment for a secure card? Now, I know what people gonna say. Well, I paid the down. That's what you gotta do when you get in a secure card, girl. Don't you know you gotta pay? Just because we've been programmed that does not mean that's what it is. What do the goddamn law say? Okay, what do the law say? All right. And so I'm on the phone with this lady. Okay. But you know what? I blame myself, because my intuition told me not to call them at that time. My intuition said, wait till you get to this peaceful place where you go in. Okay. Wait till you get there and you up under that big tree. It's peaceful. It's calming. Wait till you get there and do it. But what did I do? Nope. I say, you know what? I'm going to call them now. Okay. I'm going to call them now. And I seen my energy. Yeah. Yeah. I seen my energy was a certain type of way. But what did I do? I still called them. And when I called them and spoke to that lady, I said, yeah, I'm calling because, I need clarity. Why is Capital One asking me for a down payment for a secure card when once I apply for that card or whatever it is like that, I'm already approved? She gonna say to me, well, everybody who apply for a secure card, you gotta put money down. That's just how it is, right? But what really did it for me, when I was like, just because that's how we've been, she was like, because even myself, we all do it. We gotta pay for this. We gotta put a down payment. We gotta pay for the secure card, and that's your credit balance or whatever it is like that. You get the money back at the end of the whatever, right? And I was like, just because we all did that does not make it right. Okay. And she basically chuckled. I guess she thought the hell I guess she thought I was goddamn funny that day. But honey, it was no funniness going on up in me that day. Okay. Okay, because I wasn't ready to goddamn laugh. All right. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Could you connect me to the underwriting department? We don't have an underwriting department. They have an extension or whatever. So I said, you must be think I'm Booooo the double fool. Okay. I guess she really she must be doing I was Booooo the goddamn clown fool. Okay. That's what she must be really doing I was. Cause I said, lady, come on now. Come on now. All right. Let's do a woo side together. Okay. But don't you tell me y'all don't have a department, a underwriting department, or they don't have an extension. So she gave me this number, and I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to just call the number. I called that number. I was on hold until Jesus came. Okay. I was on hold until Jesus came back. Okay. Now to the ones that's in religion, I know, I know. Okay. But that's how long I was on goddamn hold. Okay. And after that, I said, you know what? Let me just call that number that I got her on. Okay, let me call that number again, and then the person I speak to, they could connect me to a different department, and so they did. Okay, and basically, they was pretty much saying this the same. I was just like, God damn it. And what's crazy, because it's people that will be willing to fight you for what they believe is the truth. Like they will really be willing to do something, because it's like, once you come and you be like, that's a lie, right? Or you say, I tried that, and let me tell you that, because people are so addicted to their belief system, or so attached to their belief system, that when you come and say, I don't know about that, right? And not telling them like, oh, look, this don't work for you. Like, just sharing your truth, honey. And it's really crazy, because if I get offended by something that someone say, then it has to be something within me that believe is some truth in it. Okay, because if I don't get offended, then that don't apply to me. Okay. Yeah, regurgitate. A lot of times just regurgitate. Yeah, because this is what my mama said, or this is what this person said, and this is what they said. And it just keeps saying, this. But okay, they said that. Okay, that's what they said. But that does not mean it's right. Okay, that's really what it is. Okay, and not being able to think for yourself. Not being able to think for yourself, like, and the school systems, I gotta say the school systems. Okay, because it takes away, you being able to think for yourself, because when you're in that system, okay, my children do go to public school, but when you're in that system, they saying, oh, and that's one of the reasons I'm like, let me learn all this, this stuff, because when you in that system, they telling you what to think, how to think, okay, when to think, right? Well, really not when to think, but they pretty much telling you how to think, okay? And just ignore your goddamn intuition. Just ignore, anything else. Just, do what I say, because, the corporations are, they contract, okay? With the federal government. So it's a contract, and you got to do exactly what they tell you to do if you don't want to lose their goddamn contract, okay? So yeah. Whew, with that being said, honey, I done been on here for an hour. When I first came on here, I said, I seen 2 minutes, and I said, okay, all right, 2 minutes. And honey, it's been a whole darn hour. And I done said, I'm getting off here how many times? Okay, but this time I'm definitely getting off, okay? But make sure you guys are rocking out on TikTok, okay? Dina Bryant 201, okay? I love you guys. Keep rocking out. Keep believing in yourself. Okay, nobody could ever tell you what you are capable of. Remember that. They can say it, but honey, don't you know that don't hold no weight? When they say that stuff to you, you gotta just brush it off, dust it off, cause they ain't talking about you. They talking about themselves. Okay, cause if I know, okay, I'm such an amazing dope ass creator of my reality. If I know that, why would I tell somebody? You can't do that unless I feel as though I can. Okay. And over here, I don't use can. Okay. I don't use can. Okay. I use can. We can, we shall, we will. Okay. Not I'm gonna try. We do. Point blank. Period. I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.